Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Greatest You, Design Your Greatest Life Challenge. I'm Mia Saenz, and this is Lori Montry, and we're so happy to be here with you. We are streaming live on Facebook Live. Wonderful. So I'm going to let Lori take it away today, and we're really glad that you guys are here for another amazing challenge.
Yes. And let me just say, we had such a great turnout from our last challenge. We had some really amazing things happen in just those 7 days, people getting clarity on where they wanted to go next and what was possible for them. And so I know that if you show up here, and we'll talk a little bit about what that means, that you are going to have big shifts in your life as a result of being here with us and allowing the magnificent part of you that has incredible ideas to really start to shine forth in these next few days together. Let me just remind anybody, we do have a couple of days today and tomorrow, maybe into Wednesday, for you to get in and get your welcome call booked. And that is just the opportunity for us to get to know you a little bit better. It's 15 minutes. It's completely free. We just want to be able to guide you and support you in the best way possible. You're showing up in this space. And so we want to invest back into you by really understanding what it is that would best serve you as you go through and do this work, right? You're trusting us to help guide you. And so we want to do the best job we can. And one of the ways we do that is to connect with you and be able to get to know you.
There's something that I think is so important. Lori and I have done these challenges for years, and we've also done them for ourselves. So that means that we have both the view as the teacher and as the student. And so that's why with this challenge, we decided to create it this way. We hired a big time coach, and we thought we want to bring the best to you, better than anyone ever has, not because we want to be better than anyone, but we want you to be the greatest you that you can be. Yeah. So know that during these challenges that we're sharing with you guys to grow, this is the perfect place, because we've seen it all and we've been through it.
Yeah, exactly. We brought the best, right? We know what's effective, and that's how we've designed this. And it's really a testament to humanity and to this beautiful part of all of us who just refuses to accept a life that is not our best life, right? We know when we're not living that life. We know when we're not living as the greatest self. And, I believe each one of you has a mission and a purpose. It's not a singular thing that you have to achieve in order to have happiness. But, and life is going to take us in a lot of different directions. But when you're living on purpose as your greatest self, then you really are, living with fulfillment and meaning. And, Mia, what are some of the things that people are showing up here to discover in the challenge?
People are showing up surprisingly, but not surprisingly, for themselves, which is the biggest thing. When you acknowledge that you're showing up for yourself and not just because you want to write a book or you want to do this or that, guess what? You've leaped ahead so many eons that you've already recognized that it's about you. It's obvious that I have no hair on my head. I have cancer. I'm in chemo, and I'm showing up at these challenges for me and for you. Why? Because this is a space that I get to also grow in, just like Lori and just like you. So I don't have to be down and upset. And the only reason I'm bringing this forward is, one, it's the elephant in the room, and two, to show you guys you don't have to be down or miserable just because you have something that says, oh, that could possibly kill that person. It's not going to kill me. I'm on top of it. I'm ahead of it. I want you guys to understand, no matter what your challenge is, whether it's your book, whether it's your love life that everybody's looking for, whether it's to know yourself inside, it starts here. The greatest you starts here. And that's why Lori and I come in day out to support you.
Yes. So we're going to keep everything brief for you because we know you're busy, but there's one little piece of business that I want to talk to you about before we dive into today's true integration and the goal of your work for today. And that is giving yourself the opportunity to really show up here fully, in these 7 days, right? Please don't come to the challenge thinking like I've done so many times, I'll just tune in here and there, take a few minutes, see if I glean a little piece of, that's okay if that's what you want to do. Certainly not that we're not here for you too, but if you really want to affect something in your life, if you really want to come and know, at least get a sense of what does my life look like when I'm really showing up as the greatest version, make time for the work that we're offering you through this challenge. So if you do show up in this way, you're going to have the same kind of results that we've already seen a lot of people be able to achieve. And so what does that look like? Here's what real work looks like. It's showing up live if you can to the teachings. And if not, the replays are fine. But there's a certain energy and a little bit of a different experience that comes from really putting yourself in there and being connected. And but again, if live is not possible, watch the replay, watch it as many times as you want. In fact, the second thing is do the homework and really set aside time to do the homework with your pen and paper. Okay. Now, don't just glance at the homework. And I'm telling you this because I'm the queen of that. I would always, look at this stuff and be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, this and that, spend 5 minutes and think that I had dove deep, right? But there's something very magical that happens when you really sit with yourself and your pen and your paper and ask yourself these questions. You'll be surprised at what the answers are, but you'll also be incredibly enriched by what the answers are. This is the crux of the challenge, is the work that you do. Take what we're teaching you and integrate it into your life, and you're going to see changes for you. And the third thing is to interact with us and the other members of the challenge. We want you to be in the Facebook group. We want you to be posting questions because we're going to be answering them. We're going to be coaching you in that way. You're going to be inspired by the other people who are in there, reaching for their greatest selves. And this is an opportunity to be coached by us. And the last thing is we've got a couple of call opportunities to have with us. And these are completely free. They're part of the challenge. They're the way, remember one, I mentioned the welcome call where get to know you, and then an accelerated call after you start to do the work and understand what it looks like for you. And maybe some of the blocks that you faced in the past and how you were not going to repeat those old patterns, how you are not going to be stuck by those blocks. That's what we really are interested in. We want to open you up through this information to understanding what that is and what you need so that we can come in with the accelerated call and really give you what you need and show you the path forward. So these are important aspects of the challenge. I really, really encourage you to take advantage of. And Mia, before we get to the integration work for today, can you just give us, just a few seconds of what you believe is the importance of believing that change is possible for you, and why that's so important here?
Once we get that thread, that taste of belief that we want something so much, if you dream it, you can believe it. And once you get that belief taste in you, you grab at it and you create it. Why? Because you know that it exists. It's the most important thing to you. And that's the beauty of changing our life. We can't change our life until we see it in the dream to the belief that we can create it. And that's why you will see so many people in this program doing remarkable things, remarkable things.
Yeah, absolutely. And, this reminds me of a story, one of my favorite stories to tell and for you to really contemplate on. And that is an historical event that happened in the 1950s. It was Roger Bannister. Up until this point, it was common knowledge. All the doctors and biologists, everyone was saying there's no way that the human body can run faster than 4 minutes in the mile. We cannot break that 4-minute barrier. People have been trying literally for centuries. This was like just something that was, out there in the universe, that it just was not possible. And then on May 6th in 1954, Roger Bannister ran the mile in 3:59.4. And as part of his training, he truly relentlessly visualized that achievement in order to create that sense of certainty that Mia is talking about in his mind. And that's an amazing story. And if it stopped there, it would still be worth telling. But what happened afterwards is far more important and just really hits home what we're talking about here, because within no time at all, that record that had stood before, that 401 had stood for decades. And within a very short amount of time after Rogers broke through the 4-minute barrier, dozens of other people did. Dozens of other people broke that record right after he did. And it was because he opened the door to showing everyone that it was possible. So when he believed it was possible, it happened. Then when all these other people believed it was possible, it happened. And so I tell that story and I share that story because it really drives home the principle that we want you to go into this challenge with, which is when you become certain of something, right? When every single part of you focuses on that thing with intensity, right? Things that were seemingly impossible at one time become possible. So no matter what you're holding in your heart, know that if you show up here, we are going to create it together. We are here for you, we're supporting you, and that's what this challenge is all about. And today we start our first integration work. This is the opportunity for you to start getting some clarity around, what do I want to focus on, right? We don't have to overhaul everything overnight. Let's learn the process here together with 1 or 2 areas of your life. And that's what the integration work for today is all about. Mia, you wanted to go through and give us a little, this is all for you in your workbook. So don't feel like you have to write anything down. Everything Mia's saying is in there. But we're going to give you just a little taste of what your assignment is for today that's going to start to break things open for you.
So in the dream, believe, create process, it literally is about dreaming, believing, and creating. If you can't have those type of, I'm going to use the word activation because it's an action word, a verb. If you can't have that feeling going through you, then what's happening? You're dead, you're not connecting. And when I say you're dead, you're not connecting, I don't mean that in, it sounds very dramatic. I just mean that you're not connecting to the life force within you. And
that's okay. You.
That's right. And that's okay, because now you recognize that there's growth to be done. And so write down, imagine, first you're supposed to relax into this actually. And so you take 5 pillars: spirituality, life, relationships, work, and your body, and you go through it and you recreate it. What is, as we go through the homework and you actually do your 1 to 5, how your life is. Some of you have probably already started on your integrative homework, some of you have not. This is the same type of process as the dream, believe, create. And as we connect them together, we have the desire of recognition of what we want, right? So you start to think, oh, I want a relationship. And then you go into the relationship part and you start to see, wow, I can actually see a partner who feels really good for me, very powerful, very strong, very loving, very commanding even at times. I'm not saying overtaking, I'm saying that there's a beautiful strength there. And so when we want to create something like that, we take that awareness and we pull that forward in our dream, believe, create. For the relationship stuff, Lori and I have a lot of relationship work that we've done with people. And so that'll be further on in one of the challenges of one day. But the most important thing is for you to choose what you want, right? And we will help you along the way. And when I created my spirituality, I realized, wow, I am pretty much where I want to be, but I'd like to be a teacher one day and a speaker. And an author. And so that came into there. My relationship shifted and changed. I was able to remarry and be in a different relationship. Work. This whole work came forward in that moment of the dream, believe, create years and years and years ago, 13 or 14 years ago. So as you process through and become elated with what you want, some of you have never given yourself the opportunity to dream about how magnificent you want to go. Why? Because we were never told that we could.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, being told you can, that's where you take off.
Absolutely. Yes. So today is all about, really identifying those areas of life and saying, do I love the way things are going in my relationships, in my job, with my health, whatever. And it really gives you the opportunity to connect into that higher part of you, the greatest part of you, and ask, is this where I want to be? And then tomorrow we bring more clarity in so that we can start our process from a place of really honoring our values and what we want and need in our lives. What is our greatest life look like? That's what we're really getting to in the first couple of days. So integration work, super, super important. After you complete your inventory, I want you to go in the Facebook group and post the top 3 areas where you want to up level. Okay, just pick top 3 that you want to up level. And we're going to be in the Facebook group. We're going to be taking time to connect and offering support and guidance in there. And remember, when you do that, you're not only getting help and support from us, you're being inspired by the other people, and you're proclaiming to the universe saying, this is what I'm ready for. I'm ready to receive, and this is the direction that my greatest self is calling for. And that is a powerful step to make. So we're all in here. We're all supporting each other. Let's build some momentum and really take this seriously. Why not? Why not take these 7 days and really see what you can accomplish, see what we can do together, and create something that that you want, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. So let's do it real. Let's get together and let's connect and get you headed in the right direction and feeling like your greatest self.
And also take advantage of these free calls with us, because they're individual coaching that we can see right in and support you individually rather than the group.
Yeah.
And so take advantage of that.
Yeah. And you may think, oh, it's me and I've been doing this long enough that we can see you. We know where you want to go and where you've been, and how not to keep going in that same direction so that you can create something new. So it really is a lot of value there, and we can't wait, right? This is why we do what we do, is because we want to change lives. And the only way we can do that is if we're connecting with you.
And you understand what it's like. And I'm not saying that Lori and I are doctors here, but I am saying this. When you go to a professional, you expect to get your answers met, right? So if you go to a doctor because you're sick, you want to find out why. If you go to a healer because you're not well, you want to find out why. This is the exact same thing. She and I are also healers, and we feel that we heal the emotional connection with humanity. And so know that everything that you once thought could not be healed, that stuff can be healed. That stuff can shift. You can live the greatest life that you want to live. Why? Because you want it.
Yeah, because we're all capable of that. And this is an opportunity for you. So step into this opportunity, do your homework, and then post in the Facebook group. If you've not scheduled your welcome call, we've had a number of really beautiful people step forward and get to know them in the challenge here. And so we want that for you as well. We'll put the link to sign up for that. And let's do this. Right? Let's put some time and energy, and I know that what you get out is going to be 1,000 times worth any effort that you put in. Yeah. So we're here for you to answer your questions, to connect, and let's get started. Welcome to the Design Your Greatest Life Challenge.
Awesome. And we'll see you soon.
See you soon.